right? Voice is identified with verbs. And what are verbs? Everybody knows?
Yes, ma'am.
What is verb? Who is going to tell that?
Action words.
Yes, all the action words are called verbs. Action words are called verbs. Anybody can give the example for action words?
Playing.
Swimming.
Ma'am,
Reading.
Action words, right?
yes,
And
ma'am.
if you
Yes,
remember,
ma'am.
we have transitive and intransitive verb.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, transitive and intransitive. So
Yes, ma'am.
in active and passive voice, we are concerned with what? Transitive or intransitive verb?
Intransitive verb.
Transitive
Intransitive
only.
verb.
We are concerned with only transitive verbs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It is only the transitive verbs. So in English grammar, usually I'm just explaining one thing, that in English grammar, verbs have 5 properties. Basically, verbs के 5 properties हैं, right? That is voice. अब वो 5 properties क्या है? The 5 properties of verbs are voice, 1, 2, mood, 3rd, tense, 4th person, and 5th.
Please scroll up.
5th is number, right? So voice we are studying today. Mood is concerned with modals, right? Tense we have already completed, that present, past, and future, right? So you should always remember person, singular and plural, person with first person, second person, and third person, and with the plural number is that कि whether the person is, जो हमारा subject है, it is in singular or plural form. This is first, second, and third person. Verb changes accordingly, and number is singular and plural. So here we are concerned with voice, active and passive voice. Fine. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So how will we
Ma'am, please scroll
identify?
up.
What you want to? You are noting down everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Note down. This is very important, and you should always concern to it. You can anytime refer to it. Whenever you are going to clarify your concept, you can refer to this part. So now we'll move on towards the identification of active voice. How will you differentiate whether the sentence is in active voice or in passive voice? So active voice. Active voice means that a sentence has a subject that acts upon its verb. That acts upon its verb, and this verb will always be a transitive verb.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is a passive voice? A passive voice means that a sentence has a subject that a subject is that means that a subject is recipient. Sorry, there will be a little change, that a subject here, the subject is a recipient of a verb's action. Remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you will see how is it
Yes,
done,
ma'am.
right? What is the basically difference?
Ma'am, what is recipient?
Recipient बेटा receive करता है action को. A subject is a recipient of a verb's action, because in passive voice subject becomes object and object becomes subject.
ma'am.
Here is, as you see, just I'm writing, just see one thing. Monkeys adore bananas, right? Monkeys adore bananas. Here, if I write another way, bananas are adored by monkeys. What is the difference? Here, when we say that active voice means that a sentence has a subject. First, tell me, monkeys adore bananas. What is the subject?
Ma'am, banana. Monkey.
Monkey.
Subject. Subject
Oh,
is
sorry.
monkeys. And their next line is that acts upon its verb. Who is adoring? Monkeys are adoring.
Monkeys.
So subject is acting upon its verb. Whereas in the second example, if you see, bananas are adorned by monkeys. A subject is a recipient of verb's action. Here, subject is recipient. Bananas are adored by monkeys. So यहाँ पे जो subject है हमारे passive voice का, it is receiving the verb's action. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Got the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is basically, you need to remember the difference between an active voice and a passive voice. Active voice mein, the subject is acting upon its verb, whereas in passive voice, subject is the recipient of verb's action. I hope it is very clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. Okay. So the basic difference is clear. One more way, I'm writing the difference between the active and passive voice, right? Difference between active and passive voice. First of all, when the subject of a sentence performs the verb's action. Performs the verb's action, we say the sentence is in which voice? The sentence is in
Active voice.
Active voice.
Active voice.
very good. Now it is very clear to everyone, right? The sentence is in active voice. So it is very clear in active voice. We have a strong and direct, clear tone. हमारा tone active voice में बिल्कुल clear होता है, straight sentence होता है, right? See the cashier, the example if we write, the accountant collected the cash. Right? Here, what is the subject?
Accountant.
Subject is
Accountant.
accountant is the subject. Verb is
Collected.
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 And the object is
Cash.
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 Cash is the object. Fine. The next one.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it is very clear. Passive voice का एक छोटा सा revision कर लेते हैं, then we'll move on to the rules. Right?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, a sentence is in the passive voice. Is in the passive voice when the subject is acted upon by the verb. Got it?
Yes.
The
Yes,
subject is acted upon by the verb. The same way we'll take the cash was counted by the accountant. Counted or collected, we can take any of that. Collected करते हैं. The cash was collected by the accountant. According to the definition, if we say here, as in the passive voice, when the subject, which is the subject, cash, it is acted upon by the verb collected. That's why it is in passive voice. Fine? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, please wait.
Okay, I'm waiting. Just note it down. The things should be very clear to each and everyone, the difference between active and passive voice.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we are moving towards the rules. They will be very clear. There are 6 rules to learn how to convert active sentences into passive voice. So now we are moving towards rules. So rule number 1. What is rule number 1? Identify the subject plus object plus verb. You will have to first of all identify the subject plus verb plus object. Fine?
Yes.
Verb,
Yes, ma'am.
verb and object in the active sentence sentence to convert to passive voice. Fine? So सबसे important है कि आप subject, verb and object को identify करें. Fine? And I know everyone is already expert in that. Fine? So he drives a car. Subject is
He.
verb
I'm driving.
and object.
Right.
A car.
A car.
A car is the object. Fine. So this is rule number 1. You have to identify subject, verb and object. Now, rule number 2. Rule number 2 is interchange the object interchange the object and subject with each other. And subject with each other. That means it is very simple that subject becomes object and object becomes subject. Fine. That is
Yes, ma'am.
object of the verb active,
Yes, ma'am.
object of the active sentence becomes the
Subject of the passive.
becomes the subject of passive voice. Subpassive sentence. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
My granny
Yes, ma'am.
knits a sweater. My granny knits a sweater. Right? So here, it first of all, identify the sentences in active voice or passive voice.
Active.
I'm active
And
voice.
passive.
Active voice. Who is saying passive voice? This sentence, see, na, subject is, who is the subject? Granny is the subject and knits is the verb. So the subject is acting upon the verb, na? The action is being done by the subject. So straight away it is a active sentence. Now the object is a sweater. When we will convert it into passive voice, the subject will become object and object in passive. In passive, this will become object and this will become subject. Right? A sweater is knitted by my granny.
Is knitted or is knitted?
Knitted. A sweater is knitted by my granny. Fine. So sweater and granny
Yes,
are
ma'am.
interchanged. And in the same way, the voice is interchanged. Should we move on to rule number 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
First of all, identification is important. Then how they are interchanged, it is important. Now we'll move on to rule number 3. And that is in passive voice. Sometimes the subject is not used. The subject is not used. That is, the subject in passive voice can be omitted if the sentence without it gives enough meaning.
Ma'am, not getting.
With example, you will get. A thief stole my car. This is an active voice or a passive voice?
Active voice.
Active. I'm active voice.
Active.
Voice. If you convert it into passive, my car will become the subject.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
My
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, car stolen by
Was
a
stolen.
thief.
was stolen. Is it? Acha, only my car was stolen is giving enough meaning.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
So by
ma'am.
a thief is not required here. This is rule number 3. Ki in passive voice, sometimes the subject is not used. Means passive voice, the subject can be omitted if the sentence without it gives enough meaning. Got it now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
I hope now it's very clear. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one more example should I write for this?
Yes.
The milkman sells the milk in liters. Right? Converted into passive voice if anybody can. The milkman sells the milk in liters.
Ma'am, may I?
Yeah, sure.
May
Anybody
I?
can go. Yeah, anybody can go. Whosoever
Ma'am,
is
the
getting
milk.
it first. The milk. The milk
Ma'am, the milk was sold by the milkman
Sold
is sold
by the milkman.
in liters.
in
In
liters.
liters.
Yeah, the milk is sold in liters. By the milkman is not required. The sentence is making enough sense.
Meaning.
Yes,
Enough meaning, enough sense it is
Yes,
making.
ma'am.
Fine, understood?
yes,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now we move on to rule number 4. Now the rule number 4. That is change the base verb
Ma'am,
in extreme details. I'm writing all, yes.
ma'am, in this one, third
Yes.
one, rule, can it not be applied on active voice?
No, in active voice, it cannot be applied because in active voice, it is very important to have a clarified subject. Right? Subject is mandatory in active voice. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Change the base verb in the active sentence. This is mandatory rule number 4. In the active sentence, into the past participle that is the third form of the verb. Third form of the verb. Right? Third form of the verb is important, mandatory to be used in passive voice. And third form of the verb in a passive sentence. Right? And it is preceded by with, to, etc. Fine. And the next
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
to remember is, see, we mentioned 3 important things here. Ki always we use the third form of the verb. In 4th rule, there are 3 parts of it. It is preceded by with, it or to, and the third important thing is that base verbs are the first form of the verbs. Base verbs are never used in passive voice, right? Are never used in passive voice sentences. Clear?
yes, ma'am.
All the
Yes,
3
ma'am.
parts of rule number 4 are clear to everyone. I'm assuming this,
Yes,
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we are moving towards some of the examples, right? My mom is making pizza today. Everyone loves it, huh? Everyone is making pizza today. Sorry, my mom is, everybody is waiting for it, huh? Mama is making pizza and everybody is waiting. Now everyone will start calling, yes, mom, get ready with the pizza today. Right, this is an active voice, fine. And this is the base form, ing form laga hua hai uske saath, right? So my mom is making pizza today. Subject is Sharon. What is
My
the
mom.
subject?
My mom.
My mom. What is the object, Sharon?
My
Object is
My pizza.
pizza, right? And pizza is making is the verb. Just
Verb.
convert it into passive voice, Sharon.
Uh, Pizza is being made by my mom.
Very good. Pizza is being made by my mom. So in rule number 4, there were 3 sub rules. First of all, we use the third form. I'm just highlighting it with another color. See,
And
we
today
use
will not come.
the third form. Now, pizza today we can write that also. It will be written. Why not?
Okay, ma'am.
Right. The part number 1 was the third form will be used. Second thing, it will be preceded by. We did that too. And the third one was the base verb will not be used, and that is not used. So all 3 sub rules are followed here. I guess rule number 4 is quite clear to everyone now.
Yes.
Ma'am, in this
Yes,
one only,
ma'am.
Yes.
ma'am, in this one only, this one example only, can we apply, in the passive voice, can we apply this one? Ma'am, today should not be there.
No, today will be there. It's an adverb, na? Only subjects will be omitted, adverbs will be there. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Now rule number 5. Rule number 5 is while
Ma'am, please scroll up.
scroll down, I must say.
Ma'am, done.
Done? Okay. Rule number 5 is while conversion of active voice into passive voice, the pronoun used in the sentence also changes in the following manner. Right? I is converted into me, we into us, you into, you will remain you only. For she, it will be her. For he, it will be him. For they, it will be them. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it? And it will remain it only. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
the last rule, that is rule number 6. The last rule is rule number 6. Use the suitable helping. Use the suitable helping or auxiliary verb is M R is MR, was, were, etc. As per the different rules for different tenses, right? For each tense. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now
Yes, ma'am.
quickly we'll see how many tenses are converted into passive voice. As for simple,
Can you scroll up? Ma'am,
yeah,
I have
sure.
to see.
Is it
Ma'am,
clear?
more, please.
Rule number 5 you want to
Yes, ma'am.
see?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
See, first of all, we'll take all the categories of present tense, then past, and then future. Total 8 tenses are converted into passive voice, and some modals are also converted. All the modals can be converted actually. For present, just a second. So far as present is concerned, simple, continuous, and perfect. The passive voice of perfect continuous are never made, right? Only simple, continuous, and perfect will be converted into passive voice. The identification for simple present tense, as we have already done in the earlier classes, and I know it is clear to each and every one. Fine. For simple present tense, the identification is done by ki base verb use hoga, right? Base verb plus S or ES. It will be used and it is easy to identify. This is simple present tense. For continuous, is MR plus V1 verb ka base form plus ing. For perfect, it is has, have plus V3. These are the 3 tenses of present tense, 3 subtenses of present tense to be converted into passive voice. Fine, we'll write one example for each. See, any example for simple present tense? Someone, I'll take one sentence into different tenses. Rohan cooks delicious food. You will tell me which which sentence is in which tense. Cooks delicious food.
in simple present tense.
Very good. Rohan is, next one is Rohan is cooking delicious food.
Ma'am, continue.
Continue. Ma'am, simple continuous tense.
Rohan is cooking delicious food. Rohan has
cooked delicious food.
cooked delicious food. And it is which tense?
Pass. Sorry.
Ma'am, present perfect tense.
Perfect.
Has, have is always concerned with present.
Present perfect.
So Rohan has cooked delicious food. Now you will have to see as per the different rules for each tense. आपको जो auxiliary verb यहाँ पर change करना है, you will have to be very careful while doing it. For simple present tense, it is MR प्लस वर्ब का थर्ड फॉर्म मैंडेटरी है, पास्ट पार्टिसिपल यूज करेंगे. सब्जेक्ट इज रोहन and food is object. Anybody will volunteer to convert this active voice into passive voice? Who is coming?
Ma'am,
Yes,
food cooks by Rohan.
very good. Delicious food. Who answered this?
Ma'am, Akshara Verma.
Very good, Akshara. Delicious food is cooked by Rohan.
She said something
Very
else.
good. Fine. And here we have the present continuous tense. Who is coming to convert this?
Metal.
Quickly.
Ma'am,
Who is telling the answer?
Ma'am.
Arohi is telling. Okay, Arohi. Answer it.
Delicious food is being cooked by Rohan.
Very good, Arohi. Delicious food is being cooked by Rohan. Very good. Who is coming to convert number 3?
ma'am, may I?
Can I?
Yes, any of the boys
Ma'am,
can
Hriday.
come now.
Ma'am,
Who is coming from the boys section?
ma'am,
Who
Hriday.
is okay? Hriday, converted. Rohan has cooked delicious food. Have.
Delicious food has
Mhm.
been cooked by Rohan.
Very good, Hriday. Delicious food has been cooked by Rohan. So what we converted in simple present, it is always is MR plus verb ka third form. On the left I am writing is MR. In continuous being will be added, and in perfect only been will be added. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we move on to past. For past, it is simple, continuous, and perfect. Identification, B2 in simple past, was were, V1 plus ing in past continuous, and in perfect it is always had plus V3. Fine, quickly we'll do some of the examples for that. Jacob played the piano. Jacob was playing the piano. And Jacob had played the piano. Okay, first conversion, Sharon must be waiting. Ansh Kumar, who is telling?
Ma'am, piano.
Anybody just tell me your name and answer.
Ma'am, may I tell Ma'am Akshara Sharma?
Yes, last Akshara Verma told, now Sharma ji will tell. Akshara, come.
Yes, ma'am.
Jacob
Ma'am.
played the piano.
The piano was played by Jacob.
Very good. Piano was played by Jacob. The next one.
Sharon.
Okay, Sharon, second one.
The piano is being played by Jacob.
Is being.
Was being played by Jacob.
Yes, don't make error, please. Was being played by Jacob. And who is, yes, who is telling?
Shivansh.
Shivansh. Yes, Shivansh, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And the piano. Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
The piano had been played by Jacob.
Very good, Shivansh. The piano had been played by Jacob. Now, the last one, the future tense. I hope this is very clear to everyone.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. You must be enjoying, very nice. Okay, future tense we are taking. For future continuous, yes.
Can you scroll up?
Yeah, sure. For future tense, future continuous are not converted into passive voice. Always remember this. It is always the simple future and future perfect that are converted into passive. The passive of future continuous are not made. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for simple
Yes, ma'am.
and perfect. Fine. For simple, it will be will, shall, will or shall plus base form of verb. And for perfect, it is will, shall. For perfect, it is mandatory to have, and verb ka third form past participle is already available with perfect tenses, whether it is in present, in past, or in future. So now I'm writing the example, right? Bob is, sorry. We are taking future tense now. Yes. Bob will draw a picture.
Ma'am, may I?
One more, let
Ma'am,
me
Anurag.
finish. Bob will have drawn a picture.
Ma'am, may I? Niryank first.
Yes, Niryank. Yes,
A
Niryank.
picture. Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. A picture will be drawn by Bob.
Very good. A picture will be drawn by Bob. Very
Ma'am,
perfect,
next may I
Niryank.
tell?
Yes,
Ma'am,
who is
Anurag.
telling? Next, who is
Ma'am,
telling
Hriday.
Circle?
Ma'am, Hriday.
Hriday, okay.
Ma'am,
Tell.
Anurag.
अनुराग को अनुराग ने
A
नहीं बताया,
picture
अनुराग
will
आप
have
बताएं.
been drawn by Bob.
Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
a picture
Will have been drawn
Will be
by Bob.
drawn by Bob.
will have been drawn by Bob. That's great. I guess the whole class has understood the concept very clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
last
Yes,
thing is
ma'am.
that modals, if any of your active sentences are in modals, right? Modals everybody knows. If it is can, have, sorry, not have.
Ma'am, please scroll up.
Sorry. Wait. Can, may,
Could.
might,
Ma'am, done.
would, should, etc. So many modals we have. Just you need to do one thing. Just plus kare be plus verb ka third form or past participle, and they are converted into passive voice. Like I can do it. Anurag, convert it. I can do it.
Ma'am, I could be doing it.
I can do it का passive voice बनाए.
It can be done by me.
Yes, very good. It can be done by
By me.
me. You can see I may do it. It may be done by me. I might do it. It might be done by me. It's only the modal you will take, the base modal that is provided, then add be, and then the past participle. Right? I'm just scrolling up all the rules, all the examples, and if you have any doubt, please ask anything if anything is not clear. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All the rules?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very fine. So you can do the homework from your package, right? 2 exercises you will do
Okay, ma'am.
from your package. And
Okay,
I
ma'am.
hope everybody must have
I'm
enjoyed.
not having the package.
Package has been sent. Just check your mail, or I'll give you the mail address. And it is there, or I can share some of the exercises even if you are not getting it. So
Ma'am,
Everybody
if you
enjoyed?
want, I can stand.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened? Yes. So this is the way we should always learn with dedication and complete commitment and attention. Then there is nothing that you cannot do in English grammar. It is everything is achievable and everything is well understood.